Right now, I want you to say, maybe you freeze this DVD, put it on pause, and say the following words. My name is, and give your name, and I came to Canada or USA from, where did you come from, about how many years ago? Again, you will say, my name is Lou, and I came to Canada from Hong Kong about 5 years ago. If I have a bad accent, and I apologize, maybe I sound like this. My name is Lou. I came to Canada from Hong Kong about 5 years ago. It's a very bad accent. I don't mean to insult anybody, but that's the accent that I hear sometimes. At the end of the day, I'm going to show you how to do this. You're going to be able to do this. My name is Lou, and I came to Canada from Hong Kong about 5 years ago. I will then have you putting 2 words together. My name, open my mouth, is Lou, open my mouth, and I came to Canada from Hong Kong about 5 years ago. Notice how I'm using my hand. So you'll go from learning each position, saying 1 word at a time, to going to 2 words at a time. That's the way I'm going to teach you to speak. Try it again. I'll listen to you say it. I'll voice it, or I'll do it with my lips. Ready? Again, listen. My name is Lou. My name is your name. And I came to whatever the country is, Canada or US, from wherever it was about blah, blah years ago. Let's do it again. Ready? Good. I hope you can hear yourself, certainly hear your accent, and hopefully by the end of the day, by the end of your watching this DVD, you'll be able to do it with no accent. What is the K method? My method is called the Krieger or K method. I'm going to teach you, number 1, to speak more slowly. Why? To give yourself time to put your tongue and lips in these 9 exact positions. There are actually 10, but we'll call them at the moment 9. All 26 letters of the alphabet are grouped into 9 positions. When you speak slowly and you get into position, it says you are able to speak every word with a long vowel, the magical part of this system. Speak slowly, get into position, and make every word have a long vowel. If you start working on this DVD and you start speaking in a totally different way, and somebody says to you, how did you do that? I want you to say to them, I learned how to make every word have a long vowel. Again, I call this magical, because it is in fact magical. The next slide says there are 5 steps. Number 1 is to speak slowly. Number 2 is to get into position. Number 3 is to use your hand to help you take in air. You're going to hold your hand like this in front of you, maybe about 9 inches. Bring it back and flick it forward. Take in air, number 3. Number 4 is force out air. And number 5 is to make every word have a long vowel. It says there are 9 alphabet positions. At the bottom there's a picture of all the letters of the alphabet, 26. But in fact there are only 9 groups of letters. When you say a word that begins with A, E, I, O, U, you open your mouth like this. And they're all done the same way. Every time you say a word that begins with A, E, I, O, U, you open your mouth like this. Answer. Often. In. Up. When you do a word that begins with B, M, and P, you close your lips. best, mention, patient. When you do a word that begins with C, K, and G, you go like this. Can, kick, gone. When you do the D, J, N, and T, words that begin with D, J, N, and T, you put your tongue up at 45 degrees. Duck, justice, nice, time. Look how I'm flicking my hand. I'm going to teach you how to do that in just a minute. Hold my hand like this, bring it towards me, and flick it. Duck, justice, nice, time. For the F and V, fast. Look at my teeth on my bottom lip. Very. For the H, open my mouth about 40%. Has, hasn't. For the L, put my tongue under my top teeth. Long, lucky, lie. For the R, S, and Y, kind of a r, s, 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 y. Ran, send, yes. For the W, Y. And the other letter, called it the 10th, will be tip of tongue under here, this. Those are the 9 alphabet positions. Every time you say a word, you will need to get into position before you speak. The next slide shows a little baby crawling. Next to that picture is a little toddler trying to walk. Then there's another picture of a person walking and another picture of someone running. When you're a little baby, the only thing you do is crawl. It's very simple, very slow. Then you learn how to walk as a toddler. Then you learn how to walk like a normal person. And then you learn how to run. Crawling is very simple and very slow. I want you today to pretend like you're crawling. I want you to accept that you are crawling. I don't want you to try to run. And it has to do with when you say a word. If you say the word Y, I want you to do this. Make a little W, hold your hand in front of you at an angle. I'll show you more in a minute, and go like this. Y. Once you make the W, wait 1 second, and then move your hand. Look what I'm doing. Y. You cannot go Y. You can't go best. You can't go fast. You have to go Y. Best. Fast. You have to wait 1 second before you move your hand. If you try to do it too fast, you will not be successful. Every time you say a word, you must find the position, wait 1 second, and then move your hand. It says you can't run before you learn to crawl. Don't move your hand until you are in position. Don't move your hand until you're in position and then wait 1 second. Be content to do everything slowly. You will get faster as you learn how to do this. You actually will get to normal speed when you do everything that I teach you, but you will take less time in between words, and then it'll sound very normal. I'll explain that later. I'd like you to listen to President Kennedy, who was a great speaker, a great hero of mine. I love the way he talked. Here's what he said, or here's what it tells you to do. Listen to this speech by President Kennedy, speaking more slowly and with pauses. He uses positions. This man is speaking so beautifully that he must be putting his tongue and lips in positions to push out air and make every word have a long vowel, just as you are going to do today. He says, we observe today not a victory of party, but a celebration of freedom. symbolizing an end as well as a beginning. I'd like you to listen to President Kennedy. I don't care if you understand exactly what he says, but I'd like you to listen to the pauses and the length of every word.
We observe today not a victory of party, but a celebration of freedom, symbolizing an end as well as a beginning, signifying renewal as well as change. For I have sworn before you and Almighty God the same solemn oath.
President Kennedy speaking these beautiful, long, elegant, majestic words. When you speak, I want you to think of the beautiful way that this man said his words. If you YouTube President Kennedy's inaugural address, you will see him, after about 2 minutes, using his hand, tapping his hand. We observe today not a victory of party, but a celebration of freedom, symbolizing an end as well as a beginning. You'll see him tapping to the left of the microphone. As he's standing up, you can see him tapping these words. You will use your hand the whole time you are speaking. The next slide says, watch how your mouth produces the words. If you are going to use a mirror or a television camera or just watching this DVD on your computer, on your DVD player, I want you to be aware that if you are looking at yourself, you must be watching what your tongue and lips do the whole time. Don't look away, don't look up, just watch what you're doing to see what your lips, your tongue, and mouth are doing. I had the pleasure of teaching in the Philippines in 2004. I think I was there for 3 months. And I taught a company that had 150 employees. And at that time, I was making my first DVD. And I asked one of these lovely students to give a comment about her learning. And here's what she said. She said, I'm more confident because I know that each word I'm saying can be clearly understood. She said, I'm more confident now. I'm more confident because I know that each word I'm saying can be clearly understood. I want you to listen to this young lady speak.
I'm more confident because I know that each word I'm saying can be clearly understood.
Every word has a long vowel. I'm more confident because I know that each word I'm saying can be clearly understood. I'm more confident because, now she missed because. Every word is perfect except the word because. She didn't say because, she said because. I'm more confident because I know that each word I'm saying can be clearly understood. I want you to listen and see if you can hear her accent on the word because. When we say the word because, if you just go like this, open your mouth a little and go because. I think it's about this long. What happens if I close my lips and I go because? I'm more confident because I know that each word I'm saying can be clearly understood. Listen to the short version of the word because.
I'm more confident because I know that each word I'm saying can be clearly understood.
Every time you miss a position, we will hear your accent. If you make every position, we won't hear your accent. The next slide shows people talking with each other. You need to practice daily with a trusted friend or family member or co-worker. I recommend that you find somebody at home When you get off this DVD today and you talk to someone, you say, the instructor told me that I must speak to you every day slowly. You need to practice every day for 2 minutes. That's all I ask. 2 minutes with somebody who you trust, who will not judge you, who will not be negative, but will support you. If you practice every day for a while at home, you then go to work. Maybe after the first week or even the next day, you find somebody at work who you feel comfortable with, who you feel comfortable talking to. And you say, when we have coffee, may I please speak to you in my new way? I want to try and practice speaking more clearly every day before I start talking to our customer, before I start talking to our client. So if you practice at home and you go to work and feel comfortable speaking to someone, then perhaps you might say, you know what, I can answer this phone and start speaking this new way to this customer. I know I can do it. I feel very comfortable doing it, and I know you will be successful. I want you to look at page 5 of the sheet that I sent you, and at the top of page 5 it says, look at this key, K-E-Y. The key, as you know, opens a door. I want this key to open information for you. The key has about 15 or 20 different things that you can do every day. Think about the 5 main steps. Think about the other additional helpers. Start talking to someone at work. Start talking to a stranger. Just do it. Just go into a store and order something in this new way. If you're standing at the bus stop and you feel comfortable, start talking to someone in this new way. In fact, say to your best friend, I'm going to always speak to you in this new way. Use the key every day to help you study, think about the material you have learned up till now. So how do I learn to speak without an accent? It says we all speak too fast. In your own language, if it's Mandarin, Cantonese, Spanish, Russian, Japanese, Korean, all of you speak your own language so fast. When you speak English, you also speak fast. There is no time in any of your languages, or when you speak English, that you would ever think about putting your tongue or lips in some kind of position. You just don't do it. This is a weird thing to say, but my feeling is that only people in San Francisco and Los Angeles happen to use their mouth to push out air to make every word have a long vowel. That's the way we speak. So you need to speak this new way. I want you to take a minute and I want you to introduce yourself to me in your own native language. I want you to say in Cantonese or Mandarin or Spanish or Japanese or Korean or whatever the language is, my name is whatever your name is, and I came to my country from wherever about how many years ago. Do it in Mandarin or Cantonese or whatever right now. Do it. Whatever the language is, I'm sure you spoke so fast and you did not at any time think about putting your tongue or lips in some kind of position. You just didn't do it. There's a picture of a man shooting a submachine gun. Some of you can speak just as fast as that submachine gun. You have to change the way you're speaking. You have to speak much more slowly. To show you how to speak by using these positions, I want to teach you how to speak 3 words of French. If I say to you, je parle français, what did I say? Je parle français. You may have heard an A sound, but I don't think you understood anything else. In fact, I said, je parle français. Je means I. Parle, like parliament, means speak, and français means French. So if I do it slowly, je parle français. I want you to do that with me. Open your mouth about this much and go, don't do anything with your lips. Je, close your lips. Look how relaxed my lips are. Parle français. Do it. Tap your hand. Ready? Je, close your lips. Parle français. Let's do it together. Again, open your mouth a little. Ready? Je parle français. You just said it. You said 3 words in French, I'm sure, very beautifully, very clearly. If you said it fast, je parle français, wouldn't be as clear at all. You wouldn't understand anything that I've said. So you need, just like you've learned how to speak 3 words of French, how do we say I speak French in English? Here's what you do. You don't say I speak French, you go like this. Open your mouth to 60%. I, almost close your mouth. Speak, make an F. French. Let's do it together. Open your mouth. I speak French. Look how much trouble and effort it was to say that. You didn't say, I speak French. You went, I speak French. That took a lot of time to say those 3 words because you needed to open your mouth. I speak French. And your hand needed to move. It takes time to move the hand. Remember I said you can't move your hand until you wait 1 second. That also takes time. Speaking this way is like singing. It's like music. In music, every note is exact. There are 8 basic notes. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Every note must be exact in order for the song to be perfect. If you go to a karaoke bar and you hear someone singing, you know it's beautiful, it's perfect. You hear a song on a radio, you know it's perfect because every note is perfect. If you go to a karaoke bar and someone doesn't know how to sing, you almost want to cover your ears. So every note must be perfect when someone sings. Every position that you make, think of it as a note, must be perfect. So, when you speak, you must be sure that every word has an exact position, and you will have no accent. It says in music there are rests. Dum, bum, 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 bum. There are pauses in between those notes. In speaking, there are pauses after each word or every 2 words. When I saw what happened, I laughed. When I saw what happened, I laughed. Lots of pauses in between words.